Honestly.
Not an easy decision.
That was such a funny
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the moment Lando broke.
We're back.
What's up?
We've just finished episode 2 and we were like, do you want to watch another one?
Yeah, it was a short one, episode 2.
Episode 2 was short. I think it was 42 minutes or something.
Yeah. And it was so much more focused, so it just flew by.
It did fly by, and we're ready for episode 3. If you haven't seen episode 1 and 2 yet, they are out. My Patreon is in the description bar and the pinned comments down below, where you can find us on social media and you can find my 2 other channels. But we're gonna get started with episode 3, and then we're probably gonna have to stop and make some dinner. But we're excited for episode 3, so let's go.
Hell yeah. Hopefully there's McLaren in this, because it'll justify
Yeah.
the orange head.
There wasn't a lot of McLaren in episode 2.
No, so I'm ready for it.
Testing.
Oh,
Oh, McLaren. There you go. Shout out.
shout out to my head.
Oh, that wasn't a good shot.
What makes me tick is
remember
the
when we
fear
played
of
tennis?
failure.
Everything reminds me of us, babe.
I kept losing the balls.
You look amazing.
Novak.
Whoa. You love the other one.
Roger Federer.
Yeah.
He's a family man. That's why I've always loved him.
The goal for the team this year is to win the Constructors' Championship and finish 1-2 in the driver.
We heard about the Constructors' Championship in episode 1.
Yes. And I can totally remember what it is.
In Australia, race 1.
Hey, who won the last race?
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that. We just focused on number 3.
We have 2 drivers that are both fighting for the championship. We want to be in a position where we let them fight it out on track and let them decide who's going to come out.
Whoa. That's a fun dynamic.
Zach has the fastest car and 2 brilliant drivers. On paper,
This guy.
You get it, I get it.
He's so tall too, Djokovic.
Yeah.
Like, he's just got better reach.
Yeah.
Imagine if there was like a tennis reality TV show. I would watch the shit out of that. The number 1 problem. Lisbon, Portugal.
Ooh, I've never been to Portugal.
Same.
Oh, you want to go with me?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's meant to be an off-road car. His bollocks are going to bulge out the front.
Bollocks.
They've got it. You literally have a camel.
Lads.
Lads on tour.
Whoa.
Some drugs to put up with you guys.
Whoa.
Oh, that's not very nice.
That's really funny.
I've been surprised by kind of Oscar's progression this year. He's made a big step this year.
Lando's friend.
Might not be in contention next year. That, again, is another layer of pressure. Yeah, so you've actually got it's actually quite a serious year.
By
No
the way.
pressure.
Last year, I had a chance to win the World Championship.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, season 7, spoiler alert.
And Oscar helped me try to achieve that.
Just swap position, turn 4.
Flipping.
McLaren give the call to prioritise the
Whoa.
driver. Piastri plays the team game, and Lando Norris.
That's so nice.
And I was back.
Also contradicts what Zach Brown just said.
Yeah, right.
But obviously this year, I think the only thing that really has changed is Oscar's proving himself to also be a number.
Uh-huh.
Oscar will also be super hungry to win this year.
Yeah.
How's that going to play out?
Good question. I have no idea how it's going to play out.
Good answer.
He's interesting at taking interviews.
Yeah. He's very minimalist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Monte Carlo, that's where all the race car drivers
Oh,
are.
yeah. You went there.
Yeah, I walked the entire country in a day.
Yeah.
I was like, this country really likes cars. Just stumbled upon it.
Mark Webber. He used to be an
Oscar.
Australian F1 driver.
And he's Oscar Piastri's manager.
Yeah, he's a McLaren manager. It's so cool.
You know, I had to learn a lot in my first 2 years of F1. I'd worked on
That's so Australia.
what is different this year is I'm going to try and win the Drivers' World Championship.
Whoa.
I like the confidence.
Hell yeah.
Can you beat him?
Yes, I think I can.
He's talking about his friend.
Lando.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I hope he does beat him. What the hell are they doing here?
Bahrain.
Oh, is there a race here?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
It's hot. Pretty.
Such an Australian answer.
Hey, that was Daniel. Wait, was that Daniel Ricciardo?
Oh,
no,
I don't know.
No, he retired. That was Fernando Alonso.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember my F1 driver faces and names.
you're a lot better at it than me,
Yeah.
babe.
Zach, you have two drivers who can win the title. How do you manage
Yeah.
this?
You just let them drive as fast as they can.
Yeehaw.
We do have some papaya rules, which aren't that complicated. It's don't run each other off the track.
That seems fair enough.
I think they might run each other off the track.
It's foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing is a literary device.
So every country that they go to, they have to do a qualifying before the race in that country.
Yep.
Okay, so at least it resets.
Yeah. So you can have a chance at starting first.
Track is clear and good to go. Okay, nice job.
At least so that they don't have to race during the day in Bahrain.
Maybe more windy as well.
True.
Sandstorms.
True. That would be quite the pickle.
E6.
I didn't have a great qualify.
Hey, I think that's pretty good.
I'm not good enough when I need
Oh, too hard on yourself.
That is a poor lap from Lando
Help
Norris.
when they're saying that.
That's true. We're just like, you did great, mate.
Yeah, the commentator.
Everyone else is like, oh,
Yeah.
you poor.
Yeah, the commentator was basically like, that's f***ing shit.
Yeah.
Antonelli, superb.
Hey,
Hey,
Antonelli.
That was the baby.
Yeah.
I'm so glad he's still around.
Yeah, me too.
I hope he's doing well these days.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him in a while.
We have clear lead driver in George, and then you have Kimi as a rookie who has shown that he has the potential.
I did like him as a manager.
Yeah, he was a
Yeah.
great manager as well.
And to be on the front row is mega. I'm not too sure what happened to Lando.
They do throw shade.
Yeah.
We had it in the past between Nico and Lewis.
Can't believe Lewis has been driving since 2014.
Yeah.
A long time.
None of them slotted in for number 2. And this was a little bit like a volcano that started to erupt.
Oh, it's 2016. No spoilers. Ah.
We're going to get them.
Whoa.
There was a lot of negativity and that would drag.
Wow, Toto's been around for ages.
Yeah.
Nico Rosberg, 2016 Formula
Oh,
One World
wow.
Some people-
Historical.
Hell yeah, cameo time.
Hamilton struggled most with that because he couldn't figure out his team's name.
Good, that's the first Lewis.
When I was fighting Lewis Hamilton for the World Championship. When one driver has a success over the other, it eats you up.
Right.
Your head starts going, you know, oh my God, is he going to get the better engines all the time now? Or is he going to get preferential?
Right.
Of course, that takes capacity away and focus away from you, from driving as well as you normally do.
I love his honesty. This is his past life, you know? Like, he can talk about it pretty openly now.
Yeah, that's so true.
I guess if you're behind Oscar, you can send.
Yeah, I got a lot of work to do, so I don't know.
The questions like that don't help, though.
Yeah. Just wants to think about the race.
Zach has a very important role because when you have two number one drivers, it's essential for him to stay.
Yeah.
When one driver feels that he's being unfairly treated or mistreated and other drivers given a preference, that's when things start going out.
Jealousy.
I get to break your ribs.
Whoa. Yeah.
I think he likes Oscar more.
Yeah, because he wants to break his ribs.
No, he's being playful with him.
Oh, yes.
I'm not an overly emotional person, full stop. Emotions rarely help you solve problems.
What do you think of that?
He's young. I think a balance helps you.
Balance boy. Wow, their cars get so close.
Oscar Piastri wins.
Wow.
Whoa.
He wins?
Fireworks.
Man, that's gonna be one hell of a party.
Wow, that's our boy.
I'm glad he won.
Oscar's just like cool, calm, and collected. He's just not being phased by anything.
That's the Australian in him.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I won. Okay.
Yeah.
Oscar done strong points in the team. And even if you don't think there are, I wouldn't say it's in there. It only makes you look bad.
Whoa.
Very, very pleased with how the weekend's gone and happy to come away with another win.
Oh my gosh.
And Lando, let's come to you. It was an eventful evening. What are the positives that you take from the Bahrain Grand Prix weekend?
That is finished, probably.
Oh, okay. Wow. He got such a softball question.
We'll leave it there.
We'll leave it there.
He's in exactly the same car, same equipment.
Right.
There's no excuse.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Welcome to qualifying as we set...
Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. They really have races everywhere. Ouch.
Lando, are you
Can't
okay?
park there, mate.
Damn. Oh my god.
Kind of expected better.
People are reacting. Include me. I think those are reactions to the real time.
Oh, right. You're almost ready for that. Yeah.
As the pressure ramps
That was
up in the
Oscar-worthy,
championship.
Piastri.
I get that joke.
If I had to pick one here and now, I'd have to pick Oscar.
Christian Horner.
Boo that man.
Yeah, that guy is not a good guy.
No.
Penny put one penny, I put one penny in Oscar.
Even he wants Oscar too. Of
course he
Everybody
does.
wants our boy. They can't have him.
3 Grand Prix victories in a row.
Wow, 3 in a row.
Now has a 16-point lead in the Drivers' Championship.
Wow.
There are some people...
Hey, Lando's coming second.
Yeah, I know. What's he bitch about?
What the hell?
He should be proud, honestly.
An easy decision.
That was such a funny
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the moment Lando broke.
Zach's invited me to drive some of his very special cars.
Wow.
Also very expensive cars, so I'm going to try and not break my bosses. I'm super excited. I'm also...
Every Australian says that.
Yeah, they do.
We f***ed ourselves a lot here.
I collect my favorite teams and drivers.
He's in the right job. Yeah.
Lucky him.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a bit nervous.
Nervous is an emotion.
Yeah.
Nervous, indeed. Very much.
Mr. Piastri.
Yeah.
I became a McLaren fan in
Oh,
1988
wow.
because of...
Whoa. Car sounds so cool.
Yeah.
Loved about McLaren. They've always had 2 #1 drivers. They want to race the right way. They want to race the fair way.
Are you jealous, babe?
That they get to drive those cars? I wouldn't mind driving one. Would you come with me? No.
No, I'm too scared.
I thought maybe by 3 episodes you'd change your mind.
No, I'm too scared.
What's the next step?
I don't know.
We're leading the World Championship, so...
It's going pretty well.
He's so humble.
Yeah.
It's going to be you and your teammate.
Yeah.
Going the distance.
I think so. Yeah, I think
You guys talk about it all?
Not with each other. I mean, I think we both know what's at stake.
More fun than it's your teammate?
There's more consequence if it goes wrong for us.
Yeah.
He's a very smart boy,
Yeah.
Oscar.
The bigger picture.
Yeah.
Time to back Oscar.
That I'm not going to do.
Really?
He can't.
Yeah. That's true.
I like letting you guys race.
Yeah, I think as long as it doesn't start getting ugly, then that's...
Yeah.
I mean, that's the worst thing that either of us could do.
Either of us. diplomatic language.
Yes, he's very humble.
He is. He is. Interrupting your regular broadcast to remind you guys that if you are enjoying this reaction and you want to see the full reaction with me, you can do so by checking out my Patreon. And over there, we have a library full of content, full of uncut reactions for you to check out, like this, and this. If you want to check out my Patreon, link is in the description bar and the pinned comments down below. Wow, he's going so fast.
What I'm capable of doing.
Wow.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
They're so close.
I feel like they're gonna hit each other.
Yeah.
I want to win badly and sometimes too badly.
Fair.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Oh, you shouldn't have done that.
no. Foreshadow.
And you know what? Everyone watching that knew exactly what you were trying to do.
Yep.
That's bad.
Oopsie daisy.
That's really bad. I'm a bit disappointed in him. He let, you know, he let all the voices, I suppose, get to him.
Yeah.
All the comments and
Yeah. His own internal
battles.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah,
He's
he
a
knows.
good guy too, though.
He is.
Have you heard Lando saying it's all my fault?
What are you going to say, Christian Horner?
Every team has the golden rule. Don't
Yeah.
hit your teammate.
Tactics now, that's the lesson for them to learn that we know.
Ah.
Been there before.
They have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Billy has just completely ripped up that.
Yeah.
Picture of Oscar like just pointing the finger. Not the best placement.
And then they have to do interviews afterwards together. That's worse.
Yeah.
And for the first time on a Grand Prix podium, Kimi Anthony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go Kimi.
Oh my god. Thank you.
Oh.
I feel amazing after
Oh,
getting
hey,
the first
kid.
podium.
Yeah, what's good?
Kimi grows, Kimi grande.
Oh.
Great to experience the podium with Kimi.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, shows.
This is what teammates should actually behave like.
I think if they would have stopped fighting, I think we would have probably lost the place. You know, these two are racing for a world championship, so that was an advantage.
Yeah. The agendas of all of the people and the teammates.
Crashes happening between the teammates. That's such an explosive negative energy that could derail a whole team.
Yep. New York City. F1 the movie.
You watched that?
Yes, I
movie.
did.
New York, the F1 movie
Oh,
premiere.
he's in the movie.
Yeah.
That guy.
Hey.
Hey.
I love him so much.
Javier Bardem.
I don't think we've met Yuki yet.
I think he also drives a car.
A lot of people genuinely said that you were the best dressed man
Okay.
on the car.
Oh, all right.
He really does, and I like that for him.
Yeah.
Can you say pink? I said okay. Pleasure. Dude, real pleasure. All right, we'll talk later.
Wow, he just brutally mogged Brad Pitt.
Guy is, yeah.
I was thinking yesterday, what's the best way to relax after a not so good weekend? Thought
That's so funny.
it is. Is it mandatory?
The premiere.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is, they went to a movie premiere. I go to so many of those.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you have a lot more in common with F1 drivers
Yeah.
than what you realized.
We, at the end of the day, want them to race each other hard, but, you know, don't run your team. Lando needs to kind of hit the reset button.
Lando. It's a cool name. I always think of Star Wars.
Oh,
Like his parents were probably Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
How am I going to change? How am I going to attack all of these things that I'm struggling with?
I love his authenticity, you know, in just saying what he feels.
That's so true.
I think that's at least very positive.
Hell yeah. He should meditate.
Mm.
Yeah. He'll find the answers.
Mhm.
They're already in his head.
It's a crazy city. It just thinks of weed.
It does. New York does stink of weed.
Oh, I've never been, but that's pretty funny.
I went in 2016 when league was illegal, and then again 2 years ago. And the difference, it was crazy. 2024 New York, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Am I getting stoned by just walking?
No, it's just stupid from my part.
Jerry!
Hey, it's a Spice Girl.
Mhm.
I think Christian Horner was dating her or is.
I think at this stage they probably are.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to them, if they're still together.
For me, Lando, yeah, he makes quite a few mistakes under pressure. If he can sort that out, then he will become complete.
Okay. It will become a complete F1 driver.
Yes, thank you, master.
In England, when you have a bad day, you say that was pretty whack.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They come up with new phrases all the time.
Yeah, I don't know if you could say that in Australia.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It hasn't come here yet.
No.
Obviously, with Lando being British, I think you're going to have mania if Lando brings us home.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
This is the best one of the year. That'll mean more than every other one.
Okay.
Because it's his
This year's
hometown.
been... Good job, Lando. Come on, keep going, mate. Keep going, buddy. This is
Oh,
really good. Come on.
I've seen that in
I
the
need to
F1 movie.
work with my team, get my head down.
Let's go. Pull.
Yeah, this is crazy,
Yeah.
actually. This side of training, preparing.
Right. Like, their bodies must be so conditioned.
Yeah.
Like, they could probably be in a fighter jet.
Whoa.
Yeah. They're probably more conditioned than, like, pilots.
Wow.
Probably.
McLaren are in a tricky position. If they are solely focused on one another, that leaves...
For the others.
My first memory of Formula One is Silverstone. At home, in front of my family, it just has a lot more meaning for me. This is my chance to prove that I can be the best in the world.
I believe.
I don't know.
I have to support my McLaren friends.
Yeah.
Today.
Even when they don't support each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like the third part in their duo friendship.
This is good, Oscar. Pace is good. Norris has dropped a fair way back.
Yeah, he has.
Actually, it's 0.7 behind Max.
It's cool that they can tell the exact seconds. In less than a second, he's going to catch up, basically.
Oscar Piastri
Wow.
That's amazing. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, Norris picked up. Just be careful.
Just be careful, exactly.
There's too much rain now.
So scary. That is terrifying.
So bad, by the way, I can't even see.
Yeah, they don't have windscreen wipers
Yeah.
on their helmets.
They should. They should like. Hey, Hajar's back. Oh, and he
Oh, he's
bumped
gone.
again. I saw him for a second and he bumped again. Oh, sorry.
Hi, bye.
Oh no.
Jimmy, so we're going to retire the car.
I wonder if they get concession points if it's not their fault.
Yeah, maybe they should.
Yeah.
If
That great work from Oscar Piastri has just gone to waste because that means...
Wow, that's a nice track car.
He's just so slows down.
He basically stopped.
That's crazy. Whoa.
Don't you do that again.
That's dangerous driving.
We've been given a 10-second penalty for the braking on the straight before the safety car restart.
It's a lot.
Feels a bit harsh coming from someone who knows nothing.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Spins round from second position. That lets Lando Norris through. Incredibly difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's going to be difficult in these conditions.
Far out. I just don't know why they have to drive when it's raining.
You've just got to survive these conditions.
Drive to survive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lando Norris is the de facto leader of the British Grand Prix, unless Oscar Piastri can build up a 10-second.
He might.
Nothing will happen for 10 seconds because Oscar Piastri has got to.
Whoa. I agree.
We can't play God. I mean, he's got the penalty. And at the end of the day, Lando might even be quicker at the moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've got 2 drivers.
And the gap to Oscar is 6.3 and
I feel like telling him about what Piastri's doing or up to is not good for Lando.
Yeah.
Maybe they should just leave that part out.
Yeah.
Lando Norris is nearly there. Lando Norris wins.
He wins!
McLaren.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we did it.
I'm stoked for him. And at least McLaren wins.
That's so true.
If you go for McLaren, I'll go for McLaren too.
For these 2 episodes, yes. we are going for McLaren.
Mom wants to see you.
Oh,
hey, Mom.
Oh, that's so freaking cute. I'm going to cry.
It's the best feeling I've ever had. Genuine.
Wow.
We kicked their ass.
Truly.
they did though. Like.
Truly.
Great is you got 2 drivers that are fighting.
So
Oh,
good.
Chewy.
Yuck.
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 I hate Chewies. I hate that we invented that.
We did. I'm very ashamed of that.
If Zach and McLaren don't back a clear #1 driver for the championship, then at what point does it open up a door for someone else?
Right.
Intrigue.
What'd you think, babe?
Yes, that was really, really thrilling. Exhilarating episode.
Especially because you're going for McLaren now.
Yes, this beanie is a little warm, but I'm glad it paid off.
I was actually rooting for both of them. At first, I didn't really understand Lando because I thought to myself, you really shouldn't be butting heads with your teammate. But I saw a lot of that in the F1 movie, actually.
Right.
And it was interesting because like you had a younger bloke, JP, and then you had Brad Pitt's character, older, and they were constantly bickering. And it seems like, well, one of them's not older, but like it seems like they're doing that too because they're both just like trying to get the #1 spot.
Yeah. Totally.
And it feels like I just watched the F1 movie and it was like about that, and now I'm watching episode 3 of Formula 1 Drive to Survive, and it's a little bit like that too.
Right. Yeah.
So whilst the F1 movie wasn't based on a real story, it's definitely based on real things that happen in the F1. Clearly, that kind of competition shouldn't really be a thing, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, it seemed a lot of like Lando's problems are like pretty internal, you know, but it's funny how even that can affect the team dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I think Piastri's trying to be just neutral about it. He's very humble. He won't give away anything.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true.
But Lando, I guess he wears his emotions a little bit more on his sleeve.
Yeah.
Which is actually an admirable thing. Like how he was being so authentic about, you know, his insecurities. Those are really admirable qualities to be that real in such a competitive sport that is cutthroat. But I was happy to see him win in his home country.
Yeah, I liked this episode. It taught me a little more new things about F1. Like this episode was all about navigating a driver-to-driver relationship. Yeah, and I liked how both drivers were ultimately just so concerned about their own performance. Like their own performance.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it really came down to.
Yeah. And I think the question that this episode ended with is whether Zach will actually back a #1 driver. Right. He's not willing to do that at the moment. So as we watch the next episodes, who knows? Maybe that'll change.
That's true. Intrigue is developing in the royal court. Who will the Sultan pick as his successor?
Yes, I'm definitely intrigued about that myself. But yeah, thank you so much for watching along with us on episode 3. We did back-to-back episodes, but you'll probably see them like a week apart or something like that. Which one has been your favorite episode so far before we go?
I think I would order it in 2, 3, 1.
Right.
Yeah, I know 1, it was just an information overload.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. 1
yeah.
was a little bit like that. I would say like 3.
Okay, cool.
And then 2 and then 1. Because I do agree in that I was like a little baby when I watched the first episode of Drive to Survive, and I was a little bit overwhelmed. But it feels a lot easier to follow now. But Patreon is down in the description bar below. If you guys want to connect with us on social media or check out my 2 other channels or his Twitch, all of that is down below in the description bar. So thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, everybody, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.